po yung level ng ating engagements dito sa DAP. Unlike before na medyo laid back, dito medyo mabibilis po ang timing natin.
You don't look tired.
And maybe because yung the support that DAP gives, no? DAP has a personnel that are well trained, na marunong talaga, no? They are technocrats in their own right, and alam talaga nila ang patakbo ng isang gobyerno. In fact, yun ang purpose nila dito, no? To intervene in government bureaucracy. So they offer the best assistance that I could ever have, no? So siguro yun yung dahilan kung bakit I can cope despite the very wide mandate ng DAP.
Okay. Sir Jojo here is of course a politician, and he's also into the practice of lawyering. So being a president of this institution, the DAP, is something very, very different. So what now? You are the president, and your background is not on the technocrat side. So how?
Actually, the background that I had from the national government.
Okay.
From the local government as councilor, as vice mayor, and for a time as mayor.
Okay.
And even prior to that, when I was the provincial attorney of Cagayan. All those things actually gave me first-hand actual knowledge kung how the bureaucracy runs, no?
Okay.
So pwede mong masabi na yun na yung initial na learning experience ko, and that's better because it's not theoretical, no? What I learned during my stint in the local government is actually practice na, no? So it's more than theoretical, it's now actual practice. So it's very valuable for me running DAP. My background in law, again, very important because DAP deals not only with public officers. DAP deals with relationships between and among government agencies, and DAP deals with its relationship abroad. DAP is a member of so many international organizations. It has MOAs and MOUs with various universities. And my background in the College of Law teaching actually is also gave me also an in-depth idea on how to run an academy. So all of those experiences actually helped me. It's actually guiding me on how to run DAP at this time. So marami nagtatanong, how are you able to run an organization as complex and as big as DAP? Well, I can say that all of the experiences that I had given together as one actually provided me with the best possible experience. So wala pang nakatulong po lahat ng yun.
Okay, Sir Jojo here is identified with President Duterte, and for a time while he was out from Caronan, definitely he's out there helping the already a president. Did you see this coming, Sir Jojo, as DAP President?
No, actually, I did not. No, actually, I had a different thing in my mind at the time, but it was the president who called actually, and it was them who offered the job for me. Maybe it's because the background that I had running a local government, and also I was just a recent graduate of the National Defense College. Maybe those experiences, including those additional study at the NDCP, qualified me for this as far as they are concerned. Because if you can remember, past President Elba Cruz is also a graduate of the National Defense College. So I think the logic came there, and that is the basis where I was chosen to lead DAP now.
By now, I think you're now more than 2 months in this institution. By then, you now know the ins and outs of the everything about DAP, and then of course the procedures whatsoever. Anything about DAP is of course by heart. Alam mo na. What sector yung kuan mo, yung either gusto mong palakasin pa, or will there be other projects aside from the usual? What are your plans?
Okay, DAP has a mandate, no? It has to do some research.
Okay.
It has to do training.
Okay.
It has to do so many other things.
Okay.
But as of this time, what has not been given emphasis by DAP so far is the aspect of research.
Okay.
DAP is expected to give policy options to the chief executive, to the president.
Okay.
And in order to give policy options to the president, it must have its own internal research organization structure. So as of this time, we have some research groups within different units of DAP. No, but what we want to do now is to have a research group that represents the entirety of DAP.
Okay.
So my plan in that regard is to use two things.
Okay.
One is to make use of the Council of Fellows.
Okay.
The Council of Fellows, as you can see from the background, refers to eminent persons in their field, who are experts in their assigned tasks.
Okay.
And eminent fellows are supposed to be the idea generators.
Okay.
And then the second level would be the group composed of professional researchers.
Okay.
It is our plan to combine the two, the eminent fellows and the professional researchers, and then for them to be able to come up with policy options on behalf of the president. So it's the combination of these two units that will form part of the research group of the DAP.
We have the Council of Fellows, and then the professional researchers. Then you combine them. How will this differ from other research groups? I would say Ateneo, LaSalle, University of the Philippines.
It would be different because it covers so many areas. No, it's not limited to economics. It's not limited to social science. It's not limited to political science. No? It covers so many areas, and it's also different in the sense that the resource persons actually are from government offices themselves. Okay. And they are known in their fields to be as such. And the third difference would be that the source of information that DAP will be acquiring are from government data themselves. So they will have the first-hand available data. And they will have the full backing of the bureaucracy as far as research is concerned.
That is an advantage.
As opposed to a research organization outside of DAP, well, they will have to rely on secondary data. DAP itself can have the real-time and actual data on hand. So ito siguro yung isa sa pagkakaiba niya. And the fact that it covers so many areas.
We have also other development, maybe academies in other countries, particularly the ASEAN area. Is it possible for a cooperation with other Asian countries, and then a project for DAP and this development institution also of our countries? Is there a possibility? Networking.
Yeah, I will answer that in two ways. First, within Asia itself, the Philippines is actually, DAP is actually a part of the Asian Productivity Organization.
That's 19 members.
And Philippines is one of them.
Yes, sir.
And in the Asian Productivity Organization, we get to have a chance of being able to get the best ideas, the best concepts, the best practices from different countries and apply them to us. In the same manner, other countries can get the best practice, the best systems by the Philippines and apply it to them. So the agreement in that sense is what you're talking about. Meron na yun as far as ASEAN is concerned. Beyond ASEAN, also, DAP has forged agreements with known educational institutions like in Paris, in Russia, and in other European countries. So it is in these agreements, but I think also just recently in Japan. So these agreements with international schools, academies, universities, is also ongoing at this time, and exchange of ideas are taking place even as we talk. So we are already doing that in ASEAN and outside ASEAN.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching an exclusive interview with President Engelbert Jojo Caronan Jr., formerly our Vice Mayor in Tuguegarao City, the 9th President of DAP. This is an exclusive interview right here at the DAP Ortigas office. I am with Raymond Naduliana and this is Ben Chideiro. Anyway, this is technology. This is technology. Last two questions for you, Mr. President of DAP. What is the role of DAP if ever there will be a transition from the old constitution to the federal form of government, the new constitution? What is your role?
It will play a very crucial role. If you notice from the history of DAP, DAP was actually conceived during the transition into the new society of Ferdinand Marcos. So again, in case there is going to be a transition to the federal system of government, DAP again will play a key role, precisely because DAP is the only institution that can handle the management of change. So a transition to a federal system is actually a management of change. It requires management of change. Now, in managing change from one government to another requires certain expertise. It requires certain kind of manpower. It requires certain systems in place. So ito yung mga bagay na hindi po pwedeng i-legislate basta-basta na. So you have to choose the right people. You have to empower the right organization. So all of these things ay matagal na ginagawa ng DAP. And so DAP will play a crucial role during the transition period. In fact, when I was able to talk with Justice Puno, the consultative committee who drafted the new constitution, he was very excited that DAP should be playing a key role here, because according to him, a transition as serious as federalism requires technocrats, not politicians. Because according to him, any mistake that you do during the transition period will have its effect decades from now. So we have to be careful, we have to be scientific during the transition. And you have the professional institution, that is the DAP, and the people of DAP who can do the transition.
This is my last question. Whether you answer it or not, I'll just shoot the question. What was your take on yesterday's, the brouhaha, the Congress? Your personal opinion. Ako na magdi-disclaim. Walang kinalaman dito on that. Your personal opinion. Nangyari kagabi.
That I think that would show how open the president is when it comes to our governance. He actually does not really interfere. And I think that has been his policy. Kasi ang presidente natin, kapag in-appoint ka niya, or if you assume certain position, what he tells you simply is this: do your work, do your job. Okay, so in that particular instance, you can see that despite the changes in the structure of the House, the representatives, wala kang narinig sa kanya kung ano sasabihin niya. No? So immediately there is a statement to the effect that we will honor the change. Okay, so I think that shows the openness of the president when it comes to these things. He would trust the people themselves when they choose whom they want to choose. The process of how they do it. No? It's really up to them as far as he is concerned.
Okay, anyway, sir, last question ko ngayon. I will give you the chance to also, yes, anything more? Okay. Okay. Oh! Okay, this is a rather very, very tricky question from from Raymond Duriana. Last question. Will there be a chance for you to go back to politics? To local politics, in particular Cagayan?
I think there will be, but as of this time, the assignment given to me is actually so vast, so big that I would not have any time as of this time. To do that. But in any case, you will always want to serve where you came from. So even as I stay as DAP President, I am thinking of Cagayan. I'm even thinking of putting up DAP in Cagayan.
Okay.
So it's really for you cannot really disassociate yourself from where you came from.
Yes.
So that is my view. So just recently I came to Davao. Davao is giving DAP a property inside the regional center of Davao. So immediately I thought of requesting property at the regional center of Cagayan, because if Davao can do it...
Is that on the record now? Can I have this on the record?
It's supposed to be for the meeting this afternoon.
Okay, I'll give it for next week. Okay. Okay, anyway, sir, would you like to have your message to our viewers, especially Cagayans, of course, Filipinos worldwide? Please go ahead.
Maraming salamat ho sa pagbigay ng oras para makilala naman po ang DAP. Actually, medyo sa mga middle and top level managers ng gobyerno po natin, kilala ang DAP.
Of course.
However, sa labas po, medyo hindi na po siya kilala. Pero the DAP actually performs a very, very important function sa gobyerno natin. And its importance, actually, you cannot quantify its importance. No? Kasi it has intervened in so many levels sa government natin, making sure that the government works. So the DAP works behind the scenes, no? To make things smoother, to remove graft and corruption, to streamline government. So next time that you hear the word DAP, just remember that it's an organization of technocrats. They are not really political in nature, but they are there to try to serve the government.
Mr. President of DAP, thank you very much. Okay, so we have just viewed our live interview right here at the Development Academy of the Philippines, Tagaytay office, with the President, the 9th President of DAP, Sir Attorney Engelbert Jojo Caronan Jr. With Raymond Duriana. This has been your host. This is Ben Chideiro. We will be back as soon as we will go back, because from here we will go direct to the House of Representatives to cover whatever is to be covered there. Thank you very much. See you soon.